6 months ago, America was bleeding. Border chaos, inflation crushing families, wars spreading, children being mutilated in hospitals. The Republic was on life support. Then January 20th happened. What followed wasn't just a transfer of power, it was a resurrection. The numbers don't lie. The results speak louder than any speech. From boardrooms to border towns, from Wall Street to Main Street, the transformation undeniable. Even the hostile media can't ignore it anymore. CNN admits it. ABC confirms it. The Wall Street Journal even says America has its swagger back, despite the fact they just got kicked out of the White House for that trash they posted last week. Now listen, this is not campaign rhetoric. This is documented reality. And the proof is everywhere. We're going to show it to you, so keep on watching. Now, 6 months of Trump's high-energy leadership shows what's possible when you're operating at full capacity. But millions of Americans, they can't celebrate these wins because they're being held back by daily pain. Top medical experts have unveiled a natural solution, 100% drug-free, Conolidine. It optimizes your body's natural painkillers, providing full-body relief without dangerous pills or side effects. Over 1 million Americans and professional athletes already embrace its power. Like Trump is transforming America, Conolidine transforms how you feel. Legal worldwide, certified drug-free, no addiction. After 14 years of clinical research, it's proven safe. Experience Trump's winning economy pain-free. Try Conolidine risk-free at trycono.com/NNN. It is linked down below. Okay, so the winning is happening in real time. Just 3 hours ago, we have this. Another record day high closing for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ.
Here's a recap of today's market action. The S&P and the NASDAQ both hitting record highs once again as communication services and discretionary stocks led the gains. Here's a recap of today's market action.
Yeah, baby, record highs. President Trump posting this on Truth Social.
President Trump marking 6 months in the White House.
It is my honor to introduce to you the 45th and the 47th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
Donald Trump immediately getting to work with a remarkable show of the use of executive power.
We've never seen anything like this. There's 20,000 people cheering for every executive order signed.
President Trump comes in and immediately begins taking action to fix each and every one of these fires that the Democrats started.
It's 6 months delivering on the agenda. This ultimately is promises made, promises kept by the president.
This is a message to the rest of the world. The days of ripping off America and Americans are officially over.
The Trump archives are a series of near impossible feats.
We have the safest, most secure border in the history of this nation.
Border crossings have dropped so much that federal agents now outnumber illegal crossers.
He had a mandate and he's delivering on it. The American economy is better for it.
NASDAQ and S&P both hitting all-time highs.
Gas prices are down. Retail sales are up. $2 trillion in international financial agreement and record tariff revenue.
The USA is on a roll, culminating in the signing of the One Big Beautiful Bill on July 4th.
A bill for and by the people.
Thanks to this bill, Trump could resign tomorrow and still point to an enduring legacy.
And he's full steam ahead for America.
This movement that President Trump has started is only getting bigger. It has more energy, more enthusiasm.
What he's going to do is show up and work hard and deliver every day for the American people.
You're watching history, so buckle up, because the next 3.5 years will probably be just as busy.
Oh, wow. Man, how about that for some wins, baby? And then we got this, DNI Tulsi Gabbard 5 hours ago, posting today, after nearly 60 years of questions surrounding the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we're releasing 230,000 MLK assassination files, available now at archives.gov/MLK. The documents include details about the FBI's investigation into the assassination of MLK, discussion of potential leads, internal FBI memos detailing the progress of the case, information about James Earl Ray's former cellmate, who stated he discussed with Ray an alleged assassination plot, and more. Thanks to President Trump's leadership of Executive Order 14176 resulted in 3 unprecedented interagency efforts to identify, digitize, declassify, and release files related to the federal government's investigation into the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and Dr. King. So This is big news just happening today. Tulsi Gabbard making the announcement. And here is the press secretary just a few hours ago talking about the 6 months of this administration. We're only 6 months in, baby.
Has delivered on. They've learned nothing from President Trump's overwhelming victory on November 5th. The American people want deportations. They want secure borders. That's why we've had the most successful 6 months of any administration. The president has delivered on his two core campaign promises: defeat inflation and secure the homeland in record time.
Yeah, baby, let's go. Let's go. 6 months in. Jackie DeAngelis on the historic 6 months of POTUS second term. Full stop. He closed the border and more. Listen.
People are self-deported. So for 6 months, he's done a lot with respect to closing the border. I mean, let's start there. Full stop. He closed the border. Many people are self-deporting, and you've got Border Protection taking people out of this country, even though there have been problems with that and pushback in certain areas. On the trade front, on the pharmaceutical front, he's all about trying to level the playing field. We've been taken advantage of for far too long, and it's got to stop. I think a lot of Americans agree with that, and they believe in the way that he's doing it, that it will come out and work. But big, beautiful bill, the accomplishments in that bill becoming law, making those tax cuts, permanently extending them, adding to our defense budget, adding to the border budget to make America stronger again. There were just so many wins in there. And obviously the other tax provisions, too. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime. So, I think when you look at back in history, time will tell. But have we ever seen anybody move this fast? So for 6 months, he's done a lot.
We have not. Especially, remember how slow Joe Biden moved? Here we have this. President Trump's tariffs on Mexican tomatoes is already having a positive impact on struggling American tomato farmers. We are making tomatoes great again, baby.
Now there's
Smith Tomato Farm has been a fixture here on top of Chandler Mountain in St. Clair County for about 60 years. Chad Smith says he's seen a lot of changes over the years and not in a positive direction.
Less than 20 years ago, there was over 10 farms here on this mountain. Now there's barely 5, probably going to be 4 within a couple years. And as another 20 years goes by, there's going to be less and less.
Blake Thaxton with the Alabama Fruit and Vegetable Growers Association says the U.S. agreement with Mexico, first set in the late 90s, was meant to protect U.S. farmers, but it wasn't working.
There's been loopholes that the Mexican tomato producers have taken advantage of and continue to price dump or lower the prices below the cost of production here in the United States and in Alabama.
If they send the tomatoes over and it's supposed to be a set price and they need to move tomatoes, well, they may just give a load of bell pepper for free for them to take the tomatoes. So it's never really worked.
Now, without that agreement, the U.S. has a 17% tariff on tomatoes from Mexico.
So a lot of these tomatoes will actually be going out today.
Smith says he's already seeing a more level playing field.
It's only been 2 days now, and we've actually have a lot more calls of people having interest in doing business. And the price hasn't even changed.
Food security is national security, and we need to be able to produce our own food here in the United States.
Yeah, baby, making tomatoes great again. President Trump. Let's see. The best is yet to come. President Trump's Rapid Response 47. 6 months of Trump. Here is a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania grocer. Check this out. Here's what he has to say.
The Bloomfield Groceria, run by a grocer who's lived here and ran businesses for 7 decades. He sees things differently.
It will not bother me if he put a 50% tariff in Mexico. Wouldn't bother me because I don't buy from there. I mean, it's just the way I am. As long as it's something grown here, this is where I want to buy my products.
So you actually do your research and try to find something.
I do. Here. Absolutely.
The Bloomfield.
Buy American. Here is Chicopee, Massachusetts. It's a win-win for the community.
Fruit Fair in Chicopee. It's a win-win for the community and us.
The word tariff is something many business owners may fear, but that's not the case for Sam Newell, the co-owner of Fruit Fair in Chicopee, telling Western Mass News that when President Trump imposed a tariff on Mexican tomatoes after a decades-long agreement, she viewed it as an opportunity to compete with chains like Stop and Shop and ShopRite.
So having tariffs on imported goods gives us a more level playing field.
Baby, let's go. Make salsa great again. What else have we got here in the kitty? 6 months of winning.
president is saying we are 6 months into the second Trump White House, and the president is saying we are winning. Tariff revenues at record highs. A fresh round of Trump tax cuts is now hitting American wallets. The border's more secure. Iran has been neutralized. Even egg prices are down. You know it's going well when the Washington Post is starting to admit Trump's been on an amazing run. We are 6 months.
The Washington Post, yeah. They have to, though, after what they did. Okay, let's see. Flashback, 11/8/2019. Trump says he caught the swamp. He says he caught them all, and that nobody else could have done it but him. Then COVID outbreak, propaganda started less than a month later, reached the U.S. by January. Trump knew in his first term Obama's Kamal committed treason. Trump and Tulsi didn't find this information just now. Trump was already on pace to bring justice, but everything was derailed by COVID and the fraudulent 2020 election. Trump is finishing what he started. This is not a new objective. Trump has been planning this for years. He's just finally in a position to actually pull it off. Okay, let's go to that moment in 11/8/2019. As you know, the Tulsi Gabbard investigation into Obama is now currently underway. So let's watch this with that through that lens.
Nobody else. I think in light of all of the things going on, and you know what I mean by that, the fake news, the Comeys of the world, all of the bad things that went on, it's called the swamp. And you know what happened? And you know what I did? A big favor. I caught the swamp. I caught them all. Let's see what happens. Nobody else could have done that but me. I caught all of this corruption that was going on, and nobody else could have done it. I think in life...
It's amazing when you think about what he has been through. 2 impeachments, an assassination, 2 assassination attempts. And he's back 6 months later. Here's CNN. Wow. Jake Tapper. Jake Tapper says, wow, a lot can happen in just 6 months. Let's go to Turd Tapper.
Hello, I'm Jake Tapper in Washington, where the state of our union is thinking, wow, a lot can happen in just 6 months. Today marks half a year since President Trump took office again. And already his second term is shaping up to be even more consequential than his first. The president has followed through on promises to ramp up deportations, impose tariffs, target his political enemies, including the news media, reduce the federal bureaucracy, and slash U.S. aid to foreign countries. Hello, I'm Jake.
Yeah, Jake Tapper. Here we have more ABC News.
Term. Today marks 6 months since President Trump returned to office for his second term. It has been a head-spinning half year, from sweeping changes in the federal government to mass deportations and bombs dropped on Iran. The president promised changes, and there is no question he has made them. President Trump won the 2024 election based largely on his vow to improve the economy and crack down on illegal immigration. He has declared success on both. Today marks 6 months since President Trump returned to office for his second term. It has been a head-spinning half year, from sweeping changes in the federal government to mass deportations and bombs dropped on Iran. The president.
Oh, but we played that clip of Hunter. Hunter just did an interview. Did you see this? And this is what Hunter had to say about Jake Tapper. Now, I'm not sure if there's some clips of this interview with Hunter Biden floating around. I'm not sure who advised him. Maybe he thinks he's in the clear now. But even Hunter Biden going scorched earth on Turd Tapper.
Audience on. If you did see Jake Tapper, would it be time for a little bit of a schoolyard fight?
Look, man, I mean this sincerely. It's almost not worth commenting on it because he's completely irrelevant. And I really mean this, who's Jake Tapper's audience? Jake Tapper?
My mom or something? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. For real, though. I don't even think it's your mom anymore.
No.
By the numbers, what influence does Jake Tapper have over anything? He has the smallest audience on cable news. And beyond that, I think that the book is right now on the Amazon that he put out. I mean, his ratings just went to shit after he put the book out. You know, they did a 2-week infomercial for it. I mean, it was such a money grab, such a disservice to everybody that he serves with, that the journalism that he purports to take part in, and he's very personal. He has a real problem with me. He does this whole rant about how I was the acting chief of staff and that I took control of the White House and I orchestrated this cover-up. of my dad's health and well-being. At the same time as who would ever trust a person like me that was a crack addict, that got their sister-in-law addicted to crack cocaine, things that he has no notion of or idea about in personal, like, Jesus Christ, Jake, grow the fuck up.
Well, a lot of these dudes now, you can...
Really? Is this a personal thing with me?
I feel like if you did see Jake Tapper...
Yeah, Hunter's little myth about Turd Tapper. Let's keep going. We got some more big wins to score right now. Here's Special Envoy Adam Bowler. The president has been very clear. Listen.
Now, Bukele, the president, has been very clear. Bringing Americans home is a critical priority. We don't accept when other countries take people. Now, President Bukele has been a good friend enough to know what's important to the United States. And so we appreciate the fact that he cleared a deal with Venezuela to release these Americans that came home. And I will tell you, once they're in our buses, their faces are totally different. They come in downtrodden, surprised, not knowing what's happened, because these guys don't tell them. They pull them up in the middle of the night. They have no idea they're going anywhere. And then they get into American hands, and the picture changes dramatically. I'll tell you something. There's nothing like seeing their faces when they come in. The president has...
Let's keep going. We've got more here. In 6 months, here's Kelly Loeffler. Here's what she has to say.
People speaking of home runs, it's a grand slam. I would give him an A++ because he has worked so hard for the American people every single day to deliver win after win. We see it on the economic side. We see 720,000 new jobs created, over 15 trillion in economic growth brought into America, inflation cut. We see a consumer confidence coming back, small business confidence above its 51-year average, and now with the One Big Beautiful Bill, the largest working family tax cut in American history being passed. This economy is spring-loaded, but it's not just that. It's national security, foreign policy. We have a secure border. The list goes on and on. This president has delivered on every single promise that he made to the American people and more. Well,
yeah, baby. Give me more of that. Here is Senator McCormick on the historic investments announced in Pennsylvania just last week.
And what was announced was incredible. We had 60 business leaders. We had many of the members of the president's cabinet. The president came, and $92 billion was announced. And it's just very much in line with what you said. There was about $36 billion announced in data centers. There was another $50 billion in energy infrastructure, distribution, transmission, operations. We need to build, and energy production. We need to build capability in our country, and Pennsylvania will be at the forefront of that for meeting this demand. Our energy needs are likely to triple in the next 15 years. We've got to have permitting reform to allow that natural gas and nuclear power and all the different forms of energy to be used, and we've got to have the distribution capability to make sure that energy is available, and of course that affects consumers. So this is the question of supply and demand. We have a growing demand. We have to have the supply that meets it, and that's why President Trump's energy dominance strategy is so important to America's future and Pennsylvania's future.
Oh, yeah, and it also helps bring the prices down everywhere. What else have we got? Oh, okay, we played that. That's all the good stuff we got for you right now. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. So 6 months, that's all it took. Border sealed. Zero illegals released. Inflation crushed from Biden's disaster. Okay, to 2.1%, 700,000 new jobs, 15 trillion in investments pouring in. DEI abolished, men banned from women's sports, child mutilation ending, D.C. Children's Hospital just surrendered, Iran's nuclear program obliterated, hostages coming home, the big, beautiful bill delivering the largest middle-class tax cut in history. This is not just winning, it's domination. We're just getting started. 3.5 more years of this? Give me more. The establishment knows they're finished. Even fake news can't hide the results. Turd Tapper admitted it. A lot can happen in 6 months. That's right. You're witnessing the greatest comeback in political history. So here's my question. Is Trump's second term already more successful than his first? Drop a yes or a no. Drop your answer below. We'll have a conversation down there. And you can show your American pride. Hit our merch shop linked in the description because victory looks good on you. If you want to support President Otto Penn's exposure or that brand new all-inclusive resort for illegals with that beautiful moat around it, the alligator Alcatraz, or you could pick your favorite member of the administration with our American Badass series. Just go down to the link in the description, shop.nextnewsnetwork.com, and pick your favorite and support our work.